end of the Nintendo Creators Program and information about new guidelines. We are ending the Nintendo Creators Program to make it easier for content creators to make and monetize videos that contain Nintendo game content. We will no longer ask creators to submit their videos to the NCP, and creators can continue showing their passion for Nintendo by following Nintendo's guidelines located at blah. The NCP will come to a close at the end of December 2018, aka January 2019. Please note that we are no longer accepting videos and channels and will not review any that have been submitted but not yet registered. The NCP website will be taken down on March 20th, 2019. We appreciate and encourage the continued support of content creators and thank them for their dedication to helping us create smiles. Nintendo Co. Ltd. I am pretty dang happy to see this information because although my channel is not anywhere near the monetization requirements yet, I was really not looking forward to having to abide by Nintendo's really weird rules that were already starting to affect me because they copyright claim things. Let me basically explain. The Nintendo Creators Program was made by Nintendo to basically kind of sugarcoat their whole YouTube content creation policy, which is that if you use Nintendo games, content, etc. in your YouTube videos, they copyright claim it, not strike, just claim. And basically, they take 50% of your ad revenue and they give you 50% back, or whatever. So that's basically that. They just basically take half the money that you'd be getting off your YouTube videos, which I understand it's their copyrighted material, but it's also your unique content with that material. So it's kind of a double-edged thing there, which is why maybe 50% each way would be a good compromise. But a lot of people didn't like it, a lot of controversy, and so they're finally getting rid of it, and there's some new guidelines to follow, but as long as you follow those guidelines, starting next year, they won't claim your videos anymore, and you can have 100% of the ad revenue, which is awesome. It's going to make it a lot easier when I actually get to the point where my channel is able to be monetized, which if you're wondering when that is, that's at 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within the past 365 days, which I assume I will have by the time I get to 1,000 subs. So basically, if you guys are excited for me to get my channel monetized, which would basically mean I'd be able to pull money from it and then turn around and spend that money to create better content for you guys, better equipment, more stuff to unbox and review, things like that. Overall, it's just going to be a much better experience when we get around to monetization, and that's 1,000 subs. So get excited for that. We're at like a little over 10% of the way there. Anyhow, we're talking about the Nintendo Creators Program thing now, which thank the Lord that that's gone. It's really great. I'm just really happy about that being gone because that means you get, when I finally get around, I'll get all the Nintendo creators on YouTube, you get all the ad revenue. The new rules are not that confusing, whereas the old rules were really, really confusing, and overall, everyone just kind of felt like they were getting cheated out of something, if you know what I mean, with this creators program. So let's go ahead and take a look at those new guidelines. So they start here with some sugar coating and how they love creators and blah, blah, blah. And they basically canceled the creator program and replaced it with these guidelines to make it easier for us to create content. Thanks, Nintendo, because it was really confusing before. So basically, you can use the monetization methods separately specified in Nintendo. So that basically means you can use the monetization built into YouTube, but you can't use it on any other commercial products. You can just monetize the content on YouTube, which is not really that confusing. Basically, just do what YouTube allows you to do and don't do things outside of YouTube using Nintendo's content. And so videos and images that contain mere copies are not permitted. You may post gameplay videos and screenshots using Nintendo Switch system features such as capture button on Nintendo Switch without additional input or commentary. So basically, as long as you're talking while you're playing the game, that's permitted. But if you just upload yourself playing the game with no commentary, then that's not allowed. Which that's the part that's kind of unfortunate for a lot of people, because I know a lot of channels do no commentary gameplay, and a lot of people like to watch that. I personally prefer commentary, as you guys probably know, but for the channels and people that don't, that's kind of unfortunate that that's just part of the thing there. But that is part of the rules. you still got to agree it's way better than the old rules, even though you have to have commentary. It's not really that hard. Um, you're only permitted to use game content that has been officially released. Smash Ultimate. I feel like that was like the really sly kind of like they literally just threw that line in there to be like, hey, everyone who has been pirating Smash Ultimate, we'll be after you eventually. that's you guys look out. I think that's what that means. And also from promotional materials officially released by Nintendo. So if you copy Nintendo Direct content, then that counts as well. You are allowed to do that, which is good because I like to do that. And if you want to use the intellectual property of a third party, you're responsible for obtaining necessary third party permissions. So a lot of people don't know things like Pokemon is actually third party. Surprisingly enough, I think it's technically second party, but it's still third party. A lot of other games, third party that you wouldn't suspect. So you want to look into that. Nintendo may have no control. If you use intellectual property of third party, I just read that. You are not permitted to imply or state that your videos are affiliated with or sponsored by Nintendo because they're not. So that should be obvious enough. And we reserve the right to remove content we believe is unlawful, infringing, inappropriate, or not in line with these guidelines. So that'll be interesting to see as we go. Nintendo's historically one of those companies that is way too strict on the community and creators and things like that. And it seems like they're really starting to like take a step back with this whole removing the creator program thing. But I'm just interested to see how far they go with removing content that they believe is not in line with, quote, these guidelines. Let's look at the frequently asked questions. What types of content is acceptable? Nintendo game content that feature your creative input and commentary. For example, Let's Play videos and game reviews are within the scope of the guidelines. So that's good. However, you may not simply upload or live stream an existing Nintendo video gameplay footage without your own creative input or a copy of content created by someone else. I think it kind of makes sense why they do that, even if you don't like it. Do the guidelines cover video uploads? Yes, guidelines cover both uploads and live streams, so that's good stuff. You can live stream. What do you mean by appropriate video and image showing websites? YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, yeah, that stuff. Monetization methods separately specified in Nintendo, and you guys can actually look this up. I can put the link down in the comments and description, so you can go look this up if you want to yourself. Because I'm blazing through here pretty fast. So there we go. The YouTube Partner Program. That's what you're allowed to do. That's all with your Nintendo content. I'm assuming Super Chat doesn't really count. We'll see, because that'd be annoying. Anyways, can I sell content? No, you may not sell videos, music, live stream you create using Nintendo game content. Well, obviously. Can I create, upload, or live stream content based on Nintendo intellectual property outside gameplay footage and screenshots? The guidelines cover game content on appropriate video and image sharing sites. Any other use under the scope is subject to relevant laws in applicable jurisdiction. So, have fun with your fan art. You might get copyright striked for your fan art. What if I record someone playing an unreleased game at a public event? Please note that most public events have filming guidelines and you're responsible for following these guidelines. So basically it's saying that that's fine as long as you're following the actual event's guidelines. Planning to host a gaming tournament, you blah, 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 blah. Nintendo authorized licensed tournament is within the scope of the guidelines. Hosting a tournament is a separate activity outside the scope of the guidelines. So that's a thing. I don't know if that means that they won't allow you to monetize things outside their own tournaments. The guidelines are only applicable to individual customers using Nintendo game content, so corporate entities can't participate in this. Nintendo will remove content from sharing platforms. Yes, they still reserve the right to remove stuff, and that's where I think this is going to be really interesting once this takes off next year. So some examples of that would be violates laws, obviously, no problems with that, infringes the intellectual property rights of Nintendo, or features pirated Nintendo software. I'm sorry, everyone that pirated Smash Ultimate, except I'm not sorry because I paid $60 and have to wait, and you guys get it for free early because you're illegal idiots. Anyways, This is the part that scares me here. I don't know. They might take this clause a little too far. But yeah, now we've read through the guidelines so we know what we're dealing with. Yeah, we've read our privacy agreement or whatever crap, so we actually know what we're agreeing to this time around. So yeah, that's basically it. Let me know, guys, in the comments. I'd be interested to hear and respond to anything you have to say about what you think about the creator program going down. Do you think this is for the better, or did you actually like the creator program? Were you in like the 5% of the population that was cool with that? And I think most people are going to be pretty excited for these new guidelines to launch next year. And hopefully you guys can get your friends to come subscribe and just overall help channel growth so that we can eventually reach the goals we need for monetization, because trust me, when we get there, it will be awesome. Anyhow, again, thanks for watching. I'll be out of here. Bye-bye.